Hey guys, all right, this is a squat demonstration. So I'm going to show you a squat to start off with, and then I'm going to show you a couple of variations of squat, which is just changing the position we hold the dumbbells. But your fundamentals, your form, your range, all of that is the exact same no matter where we're holding those dumbbells basically. So I do encourage you to do squats barefoot or in flat shoes or in your socks if you have the capability of doing that, not in running shoes. The reason for that, running shoes push against us. So in a squat, we're trying to drive down into that earth and use it to help us increase our range of motion and give us strength and power. Your running shoes work against you. So I highly, highly recommend, like I said, trying barefoot. If you're doing these workouts at home, go barefoot, go barefoot. The other thing I recommend is if you question your form on a squat is using your form and setting up your camera and video yourself doing some repetitions with your squats. If you're having knee pain, if you're having lower back pain, hip pain, if you feel yourself compensating in any way, record it so that you can assess your range of motion, your form, and then go back and fix where it needs to be fixed. A lot of times you're trying to push heavier weight than what you can with your current form or your mobility. So backing off the weight and really focusing on getting full range of motion and proper form during your squat is absolutely huge. So for a squat, we want to set up shoulder width apart. Now you can have your toes straight ahead. You can also pigeon them out just a little bit. Whatever is easier for you to get down in. I have worked really hard on my hip, my ankles, and my knees to be able to keep my feet nice and straight, but you may see people doing them this way, okay? Whatever works for you when it comes to the squat. The most important thing is keeping our spine straight and our chest up, okay? And lowering down to that squat. See how my spine is nice and straight? I'm not curved over like this. I'm up straight and I've got my glutes down. My knees are over those ankles. I'm not shifted too far forward to where my heels come off the floor and I'm in my toes. I'm right here. Coming out of the squat, you push through your heels to stand tall. That's what I'm talking about. Wearing those running shoes right there, it works against you. You drive down into that earth to drive yourself tall, okay? So, shoulder width apart, roll the shoulder blades back and down, engage up top here. Brace the core. So you don't want to just suck in, okay? You want to suck in and brace. I want you to think about you're getting ready to get punched. Somebody is walking up to you and they are literally going to punch you in the gut. That's how I want you to brace that core. Now you need to be able to brace the core and engage here and still be able to talk. If you can't, you're not separating your diaphragm from your abdominal breathing, and that's something you need to work on as well, okay? So engage that core, shoulder width apart, roll my shoulder blades back and down. Here we go. We're gonna lower down, push through the heels, and stand tall. Something to watch for on your squats. When I lower down, that my knees don't collapse, either going down or coming up, okay? You really will need to work on squeezing those glutes, putting the weight in the back, outside heels, out, push through those heels and keep those knees tracking over those toes the whole time. Don't let them collapse inwards, all right? If they do collapse and you can't control it, you need to back off the weight with your squat, and then you need to do some accessory work, strengthening those outer hips, working on some ankle mobility, maybe some hip mobility, but you need to do some work. Don't just keep squatting with that knee, those knees coming in. That will cause some serious knee pain in the future. Okay, so one more time. Shoulder blades back and down, core is braced, weight is in my heels, my feet are flat though. Not lifting the toes off the floor, I'm just sinking back into those heels, all right? But keeping even pressure on my feet, if that makes sense. All right, not letting those toes come up. And then I'm gonna sink down, push through the heels, stand tall. Now, when I stand tall, I don't squeeze and arch the back. You'll see this a lot. A lot of people think that's how it works. The actual work is the lengthening, going down and pushing up when we're in this position. That squeeze there at the very end doesn't do a whole lot in a squat. That's really great in a hip thruster or maybe a deadlift, something like that, but not in this squat position, okay? So down, drive up. You want to squeeze but keeping that pelvis right here, not hyperextending the back at the top. You stay nice and neutral. So drop down, squeeze up, drop down, squeeze up, okay? Keeping that chest proud. Now, a couple variations of squats. We have goblet squats. So that is just taking the dumbbell, holding it at your chest, all right? I like elbows inside, so when I squat, I'm getting those elbows inside of my knees and pushing out. If we're holding them out here, they can block your range of motion. So I always teach my clients in tight, shoulder blades back and down, lower down, get those elbows inside the knees is your ultimate goal, and drive out. So that is a goblet squat. Next is a bow tie squat. That's just holding the dumbbell like this versus the other way. Same thing, elbows inside of the knees, okay? Then you have a carry squat. A carry squat, let me grab my other dumbbell, is holding your dumbbells at your sides, all right? So shoulder blades go back and down, abs nice and tight, lowering down and up, right here, down and up. This is one that you'll have to watch. You're gonna wanna bring those knees in because you're gonna be scared of hitting your knees with the weights. So make sure you can do appropriate form with the weight you're holding, but down, push through the heels, stand tall. Down, push through the heels, stand tall. Okay, that is a carry squat. All right, so there are your basics for a squat. Goblet squat, carry squat, and bow tie squat that you can do, but again, all the principles are the same as far as form. I highly recommend that, like I said, you record yourself, you assess your form, you take a look at it, especially if you're having any kind of pain whatsoever. One other tip, if you are having trouble getting down in your squats, you can elevate those heels a little bit. You can use a dumbbell, a plate, a step, anything like that, but you can do that, and that actually will help you get your butt back if you have poor ankle mobility. But I mean, you need to do that, keeping the heels elevated, but you also need to be working on ankle mobility at the same time. So I hope this is helpful for you, and that's your squat video.